full day in the diet. I put it on my YouTube. This is YouTube. My brain isn't working to start the day, but I'm catching a race.
Craig is not an early riser.
Or a late person either. I'm an exhausted pigeon. First thing I do every morning, weigh myself. This morning I was 91.3. And then 1.5, 2 scoops, salts, 600 ml of water. I would say down it, but like I've struggled to down it, so I'm sat here and it usually takes me like 5 minutes. Hydration, the most important thing, along with good adequate sleep and nutrition. But I've been finding, you can film the dogs because they're way more interesting than me, that when my hydration is good, like when we're away at Tiers, my training is better and I don't get knocked out as much. I used to get knocked out all the time when I was lifting. Now I don't get knocked out at all. You know, when you're coming out of a front squat or a clean or anything like that. And it's due to hydration. Mentality is everything. This is dropping in a couple of days. It is really your mindset that controls the outcome of what you can become. They're just having the best time, and I love it. This is why I love home. I have 3 amazing girls. Coming off a rough year last year, we spoke to the designer, and I was like, I want mentality is everything, and I want like a small cub into a lion, like what you are right now and what you can become. It all starts with your mindset. If you put yourself in the arena, you say you're going to do it. I just think it's really cool as well. Like, I think it's actually like when we did the design with the designer, I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I really like it. And then when Jazz went to the factory yesterday and got it printed, I was like, oh, yeah, it looks even cooler on like a garment. So I'm proud of this one. I'll be rocking it all the time. All right, breakfast. Probably the meal I look forward to the most, and I love this meal every single morning. Now, what you'll realize throughout this episode is that I don't put the macros. My nutritionist has worked that out for me, so I just kind of eat what she tells me to eat, and it's pretty much the same thing every day. This meal is about 90 minutes from training. It's a carb-heavy one, but with a decent amount of fat and protein as well. So 1.5 bagels, 2 eggs, 2 bacon, 10 grams of butter, and 2 bananas. And I'll sip through another shaker of water, and then 20 minutes, half an hour before I train, I have my beta-alanine from Podium, and either a coffee or an energy drink. This day it was an energy drink and vitamin D. So everything you've seen so far is pre-workout nutrition. Chubby checker, let's twist again. If you ever want, just a little bit of a mood booster, bang it on, put it on loud. It's like a challenge. But I don't think you can't not dance to it, If you like cartoons, some good news. This week, Kung Fu Panda 4 is being released and Jazz has bought tickets for release day at 12 p.m. Smack bang, middle of the day, rest day, Thursday. Last time we went to the cinema on a rest day, in the middle of the day, it was dead. Nobody was there and it was one of the best experiences I've had. Just like, don't you go think... Let's twist again. Who'd have thought, watching me squat more. You know what, I was super happy with the double bottom up back squat at 180. Feel like the power is coming in the legs. And then the 165 kilo for 10 pulsing. When I actually saw that on the program, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. So it actually felt really good. Now, during my sessions, I, at the moment, have 2 beta fuels, which are 40 grams of carbohydrates each, with about 15 grams of sugar in each sachet, or if I don't have them at the time, I will have Rice Krispie Squares. We've realized, working together now for a couple of months, that I work well off carbohydrates, and so you'll see pre-workout, intra-workout, and post-workout is a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of quick acting, fast, absorbing little bundles of energy. And right, onto my post-workout. 80 grams of beef jerky, 2 Cocoa Pops bars. Ends up being about 25 grams of protein in the beef, and then combined over the Cocoa Pops bars and the jerky, you're looking at upwards of about 50-60 grams of carbs. Again, fast acting, helping me recover from the session that I've just had, replenishing the glycogen stores that I've used up. Because at the moment, training's usually taking about 2.5 hours. So by that time, the beta fuels have been used up. My body is craving that little bit more carbs, the little bundles of energy and joy.
Tea? Decaf, biscuit or normal?
I have plenty of cups of tea throughout the day, maybe 2 or 3. Usually no more than that. I'm British. I'm very British. Not mad about it. I guess you could count the calories in the milk, but I don't. It's just a dash. What a beauty. Look at the colour. Look at that colour. Anyone who is British will understand that that is a great colour. I didn't make it, Jazz did. What a great job. Also, peep the mug. Look how cute that is. Me and Carla sat looking at a view. Did I or did I not buy this mug for myself? I didn't, but I appreciate it. Thanks, Jazz. Arty shot, but then there's me. Hello. Having fun on today's video. I don't know if you can tell. All right, there's 8 meals. Not full complete meals, but they are like, they're the protein and the carbs that I'm supposed to have. So working with this nutritionalist, I have like set macros for my lunch and dinner. Same thing, both over the same meals, just have to get them in. And just so I don't have to think, I have a lady from the box actually who does meal stuff. She sorts them out and then I put the veg on top, keeps the veg fresh. And there's a lot of it. There's a lot of veg. One thing that I've really noticed that's changed, I eat a lot more vegetables. Also, I left the house in my smiley flip-flops to go pick them up. Comfort. That's what we're talking about. Do you approve? Oh, yes.
Can I have one?
If you ask nicely. Now see, because I only train once a day, got pretty much all of the quick acting carbs out of the way in the morning, and then when it comes to lunch and dinner, this is kind of the breakdown. 175 grams of lean meat or 150 grams of fatty meat. Then we're looking at a fat source, then a good complex carbohydrate source, and then 300 grams of veg per meal. That's dry, uncooked weight. You know, when veg usually takes on water, it's a bit heavier, so it turns out to be quite a lot. I end up just cooking 600 grams of veg in one go and then splitting it between the 2 meals. I chose the fat sauce on this one to go with the pasta bolognese as being cheese. And yeah, I guess I forgot to mention at the start of this video, the aim at the moment for me is just keep a consistent, steady body weight. You know, I'm looking to be anywhere in the morning when I wake up between 90.5 and kind of 92 kilos, depending on salts that I've taken in, water overnight. That's where I feel comfortable, and that's where my body likes to sit. So really for me, it's just about getting enough food. Usually I would underfuel, especially before having a nutritionalist. I definitely wasn't eating enough. And now I'm eating more. I'm still sitting at the same weight. I'm just performing better in the gym. All right, 7:10. Ugh. Done for the day in terms of work. Anyway, I put this GoWOD mat in the living room to make me do it every single day. And it's helped me find a flow. I train in the morning, I GoWOD at night, I feel fresh the next day. I do the daily one, the personalised flow, 22 minutes. Right, opening up the pecs to start. There we go, opening up the pecs to start. I realised this time when I'm like super focused on wanting to improve and wanting to do well and put on a show, at the next competition it's just like every little bit of recovery helps, every little bit on nutrition helps, and I'm really going all in just to see what happens, you know? I've never really done that. So we'll see what happens. I also find with stretching that you can overstretch. You can do too much. The thing is when you break down muscle when you train, you know, when it like rebuilds and kind of like builds new muscle, it can build tight. And obviously this just keeps it open, keeps good range of motion, keeps the muscles fresh. 20 odd minutes a day. Sometimes if it feels, you know, good, and you're like, ooh, that feels good, I'll do 2 lots. It's like 40 minutes max. Whilst I watch Tim the Tapman on the TV. This is one of my favourite for glutes, and it means that I can also play with the dogs at the same time. Hey, yo. Ready. It's the best. And it's low effort. I like stretches with low effort. What are you pouring another glass for? Alright, so this is another one of those meals from earlier. This one's a chicken and rice one with the rest of the veg. I told you there's a lot of veg. Same breakdown as the lunch dinner thing. Skip back if you want to see it, but yeah. One more meal to go. Alright, final thing I eat in the day, pre-bed. Usually like 20 minutes, half an hour before I go to sleep when I'm chilling, watching TV with Jazz, hanging out. 200 grams of 0% fat Greek yogurt. Good, slow digesting protein, like a casein style protein. As protein is kind of something that isn't really stored, like fat and carbs, it's good to have something that's slower releasing at night. And then with it, I have 20 grams of dark chocolate, 30 grams of just kind of a cereal for the carbs to make up the calories that I need to have for the day, and 150 grams of berries. For the health, for the antioxidants, and it's a nice little mush and mix. Now it kind of sounds boring, but I'll eat this every single day so I understand where I'm at. And then if I need to cut weight, we'll just take a little bit of food out. If I feel like sometimes my energy's low, I'll add a little bit more food in. And yeah, just rinse and repeat this food day on day. It's the consistency that adds up.